get started. So I warned you guys in the beginning. Remember, I said we started with 70. It's going to simmer down to 60. By the end of Blitz, we'll have 30 left, right? And some people are going to do something with this, and some people are going to take it really seriously, while other people are not. And I tell you, every time that I have done a 90-day Blitz, I have really put my butt in the chair. And I just want to show you guys something. Because I want to be very forthcoming. Here's the thing, that if you as a leader are not pushing for Disney, not pushing for executive, not, filling out your activity trackers and putting in the work, what motivation does your team have to do this, right? Your team, the people that you bring on, are going to do exactly what you do. And so if you're not showing up and you're not doing the do, chances are your team's not going to. And today, in all honesty, I had the worst migraine, like puking migraine. And I just told my husband, I need to lay down for half an hour because I have 3 back-to-back calls. And you just show up. You do what you have to do. I recognized Alina for last week because she was away. They had a huge festival, I believe, not in Cape May, in Wildwood, with limited service, with limited reception. She still enrolled 3 people. So, what I share with you guys is that to encourage your team to live out loud and be strong, you've got to be that person first. And so just a little bit of what I was doing today before Kelly and I get started with the conversation. This might be a helpful tip for you guys. Okay, so this is everyone that I have spoken to for the months of June, July, and August. This is everyone on my lead list. Some answered, some ignored me. So I take this. This is column A. My leads are basically like column A. And then this is everyone who I've had a conversation with. I plug them into column B. And then everyone who I enroll goes to column C. And then these are all the consultants, which I haven't yet put in there. But this is how I organize. So I kind of take it from my little notebook. Right? Remember in June, we were doing 100 go for no's. So I went through my text messages and I went through everyone I spoke to in this notebook, and then I nicely organized them into my master list. You have to have a master list. You have to have some kind of document, and you should be working and leading, with these people all the time, every day. So that's just a little tip. And another thing that I wanted to share with you guys is that every week during Blitz, I hold myself accountable with this. I just showed it on Alvy Shepherd's call. Let me see if I can find it. Guys, I print this out and I literally use it every week, because if my activity sucks or isn't up to par, can you see my screen? Am I doing screen share? No, I don't think I am. Okay. So this is really important. If you're coming up with 0 enrollments every week, if you're not yet a consultant 3 weeks into Blitz, I highly recommend you start utilizing this activity tracker, because your coach can look at this and say, okay, well, you're doing really great with all these phone calls, but most of them are messages. You have 0 presentations, which means you're not actually speaking to anyone. And all these follow-ups that you're doing, it's not really via 3-way phone call. I mean, showing this list to your coach and saying, where am I going wrong? It can help you go right. So that's just something that I personally utilize during Blitz, because that's the time that I step up my game whoa. Okay, so Kelly, let's get started. This is Kelly Winchell. She's amazing. She has some experience in the network marketing industry, former teacher. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
mom of 2 little girls, and lives in Maryland. And what's your rank, Kelly?
I'm a 2-star Golden Circle Crystal Executive.
Yeah. And I think that one of Kelly's greatest gifts is making consultants. And I think that she has a wonderful skill set and a wonderful ability of sharing the story, the whole story, but also really supporting her clients when it comes to the success of Isogenics. Kelly has amazing retention with her team. And so tonight she's going to share a little bit about what she does, how she coaches them, how she supports them. So people not only stay on board, they're pleased with their results. And because they're so happy with their results, they're much more inclined to share it with other people. And I think you do a really, really good job, Kelly, of doing that. And I know you're going to be a top achievers. I feel like you're just a sneeze away from getting there.
I hope so. Yeah. It's on my vision board.
Awesome. So take it away, girl.
So it's funny because you said I'm good at making consultants. And I remember, oh my gosh, not even 6 months ago, I still struggled, and I still do struggle with making consultants. I think it's, I remember when I hit consultant and I was going for manager, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to make 2 consultants? I'm like, this just blows my mind. I don't know where to begin. And then you hit manager and you're like, okay, now you have to make 6. You have to have 6 consultants to get director, and then so on and so on. And just thinking, this is going to be so hard. And now I feel like I'm in a place in my business that it's just kind of clicking, and I'm making more consultants. And like Angela said, I feel like a lot of it has to do with retention. And for me, it's building relationships with my clients. I feel like that's the number one thing that you really have to do in your business. And think about how many people you've talked to that have done something different before Isogenics. Like, how many of you have talked to someone and they're like, oh, I've tried this, I've tried this, I've tried this. I mean, even me, I, tried other things before I did Isogenics. And then I just felt like with the support and the community that you get with this, with these products, that it's what keeps people on the products. And that is what gets people to share the products. So for me, and I've told Angela this, I'm not great at making consultants in the beginning. So the beginning of their journey, I have a lot of people say they're not ready to post on day 8. They're not there yet. They want to see more results. They're not comfortable posting on Facebook. And I say, that's great. If you're not comfortable with it, it's fine. So I continue to support them and coach them. And then as time goes on, I keep checking back in with them. And eventually they trust me, they've built a relationship with me, and they're more likely to share it with their friends because they felt so supported, and they want that for them too. So I feel like that is really where I make my consultants. It's just supporting people until they're ready to share, because they will share. And if they don't share, it's okay, because they're still going to keep ordering. They're still going to be your clients because you have put effort into coaching them and supporting them. And it's not just supporting them through their journey of Isogenics. It's about supporting them through everything. So I don't just check in with somebody and say, how was your cleanse day? Sometimes I'll say, I saw you at the beach. How was your trip? Or how was your kid's first day at school? Things like that. So it's more than just supporting them in their Isogenics journey. It's, throughout pretty much their life. And a lot of these people that I'm working with now, I didn't even know before. And there are people that in the beginning will say, I'm not interested in sharing these products. I'm not interested in making money. And then eventually they do, but you hear that a lot. So it's definitely building relationships for sure. And getting your clients paid. And I know Angela posted that today about, if you get your clients paid within a certain amount of time, they're more likely to keep ordering. And it's so true. So, it's about getting your clients paid. They'll stick around longer. And in order to do that, you have to build a relationship, number one, so they succeed. Because if they don't succeed, they're not going to share. So you want to build the relationship so they succeed, so that they feel the community and part of the community, so that they're more likely to share down the road, whenever that is.
I love it. So let's talk a little bit about our 5 simple touches and how you build a relationship. So when you sign someone up on day 1, how do you mention the referral? They're like, okay, here's my credit card. I'll finally do it. You got me. How do you mention the referral bonus that's gentle and non-threatening and doesn't push them away?
Usually at the end of the conversation, I just mention, once you get started, you're going to start feeling great. You're going to be talking to your friends and family about it. They're also going to be seeing you carry around your Isogenics bottle. And if someone mentions to you that, oh, I see this bottle, or you're looking great or feeling great, you can always put them in touch with me, and I can, share this program with them too if they're interested. And the great part about it is you get a referral bonus for helping somebody else get started in the program. And then I can say, and, in turn, you could essentially get your program paid for.
Yeah, super easy. She's super gentle. She basically says you can get your products paid for. I'll take the referral, or, I could show you how to make a little bit of money. So that's really like the first exposure that Kelly does with them as soon as she places the order. Then we have the day 1 starter call. So Kelly, I know that you walk them through their shake days. You walk them through the back office, you give them some help on recipes. You show them how to log in and show them how to place their order and manage their auto ship. At that point, do you use like Zach and Eden's line? Like, okay, curiously, what 2 people do you know that would want to do this with you? Or you're going to need some accountability partners. Who are the 2 people that you can think of that would love to get started?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I mention that to them. I feel like recently a lot of people have been saying, oh, I told my sister I'm doing this and she thinks I'm crazy. And I say to her, oh, well, I'm sure your sister's going to be the first one who's joining you, and things like that I'll say. But, I don't always say, curiously, who are 2 people that will do it with you to keep you accountable. But I do say, I'm sure you've looked through the Facebook groups and seen there's a lot of people supporting each other. And if you know anybody who, feel like would be really helpful in supporting you, feel free to reach out to them and I'll connect with them.
Awesome. And then we have our miracle 5-day phone call. So tell me what that 5-day phone call is and what the importance of that is, because I find on the team that the people who do that 5-day phone call, they make the most consultants because they offer support to their team. I feel that the people who go rogue and they're like, I got this. Like, it's a little bit of a control issue for the people that are not doing their 5-day phone call, because it's like, I got my client. I don't need anybody's help. But I think what people don't understand is that 5-day phone call has nothing to do with you or your ability or inability. It's just introducing them to somebody else on the team. So if, God forbid, you're laid out with a migraine or you're in Hawaii for a week, they have somebody else that they know that they can turn to.
Right. That's right. So on day 5, I always introduce them to a different coach. And I introduce them in the beginning of the conversation, and then I don't say anything. I mute myself, and then, whoever's on the call with me will talk to that person, just check in with them, and connect with them. But it is really important that they know somebody else that's on the program and can give them other tips and tricks. Because it's funny, because when you're on a day 5 phone call, and I've noticed this when I've done them for my team too, they tell you things that they wouldn't necessarily tell your coach. Like they'll open up about things, and you're like, wait, why didn't you tell me that? I'm coaching you. And it's like they feel more comfortable with a stranger than they do with somebody that's been coaching you through it.
So crazy. And I have Victoria Brunetti, who's on this call, and she can be a witness to this. I do 5-day phone calls with her often. And so I had a girl, Yelena, get on the phone call, and I said, all right, girls, you talk, she's just going to support you through your cleanse days, and I'm going to mute out for a minute. and I muted out to go brush my teeth. And she said, I don't want to tell Angela, but I haven't pooped in 4 days. I find it really hard to do. And I don't, and Vicky, like, do you remember? And Vicky was like, oh my God. She's like, I didn't poop for like a week. She's like, it's fine. Just take more Fiber Pro. You'll do great. And it was like, she didn't want to disappoint me. She didn't want to tell me that she was struggling. Meanwhile, I brought in this total stranger, and like she shared with Vicky what she wouldn't have shared with me. I do these 5-day phone calls with Ed Golden a lot because he's very good at creating consultants and just bringing humor to the conversation. I'm very serious. I'm very red. I'm very like, well, let's go, let's go. And he just, every coach brings such a wonderful spin on what you do. It's like they add value to what you're already giving them.
Yeah, and we have so many amazing coaches on this team that you can find someone that they can relate to. You know, like I had someone who's a dental hygienist, so I asked Ellen to do the call, or someone who wanted to lose a lot of weight, and or a nursing mom, and I asked Liz to do the call. So you can find somebody within your group that can really connect with them, which is nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And then on day 8, we have the Facebook system. And that's when we celebrate the results in the cleanse book. We cheer them on. And then we kind of give them a little, conversation about Facebook and say, if you feel comfortable posting something, would you be open if I wrote it up for you? And if they say yes, I would say, after watching my friend Ange go from a size 12 to a size 6, I'm really excited. I decided to try her nutritional program. I'm so stoked that I'm down 7 pounds. But I also give them some do's and don'ts. Don't mention isogenics. Don't answer questions publicly. Don't, just comment, I'll inbox you, and then inbox them privately. And I literally have it saved in my notes. Do you guys save stuff in your notes? Just so you can copy and paste, because the Facebook system that we do, I mean, it's literally, I don't know if you can see it, I'm sorry, but this is how to get a new person to post on Facebook. And I literally just text it to everyone that on day 8. And if they want to post, great. And if they're not ready, that's okay. And I think that Kelly has a knack for staying in touch with them and building a relationship. Like when someone tells me that they don't want to post on Facebook, I'm like, oh, what a flick. I need to go enroll like 5 more. That's not, I'm very like red. I'm very like, I drive 180 miles per hour. And if somebody drives 30, I just want to slam my head against the wall. But that's something I'm learning, to not to do. You have to meet people where they're at. And I think where Kelly's strength is really supporting her team. So Kelly, how do you keep following up with them on week 2, on week 3? Like, are you like, Deb, how are you? What's going on? Because sometimes I text Deb and she doesn't answer me. And I just want to like delete and block.
Yeah. Oh, I have those people too. I have people too. And I just, like today, I had some woman that I haven't, she has had her box for a while and hasn't started yet. So I write, hi, it's me again, just checking in. The kids are back in school. Are you ready to get started? I know, because her kids were her excuse why she wasn't starting. So like, I'll write little notes. I have an index card box that I have for all of my people, and I have an index card for each person. And I write on the bottom, what their goals are, and if they have 2 kids, just so that it keeps, so I remember. So I'll check in even if I haven't heard from them in a couple weeks. I'll say, hey, I won't even say anything about isogenics. I'll just say, hey, how are your kids? How was back to school? Things like that. And they're more likely to write back to that than sometimes they are with the isogenics. So, I take out my index box. I have it right here. So I have this index card box, and it has like the days of the month. I'll just take out my card and I'll say, oh, I need to check in with this person. He's cleansing today. And then I'll file him back, kind of thing. 2 weeks or whatever, whenever, once he's cleansed, I'll file him back on his results day. So I know to check in with him. And then after that, I'll file him back another week. And so in the morning, I just take out my cards and I put them in my diaper bag, and wherever we're going, I have them with me so that I can touch base with some people while I'm out, and then do the rest with nap time, things like that. So that to me is more manageable than having all these people and like, oh, I haven't checked in with her, and sending out mass texts. So I have my cards that I take with me, which I'm such a teacher. That's it's such a teacher thing to do.
I love it.
Yeah.
I feel like Tammy is also organized.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the teachers on the team are very systemized. And I have found that many people don't enroll and make money to their full potential because they feel like it's overwhelming. And what I share with you guys, like you saw my system, leads, follow-ups, enrolled consultants, and every 2 months I plug everyone in there. But here I also keep like fees on people. So this is like the 5 simple touches, and this can be found in our leader group. And then I just check off, like day 1, what did I have their starter call? Did I discuss shakes, back office, walk, healthy mind and body, IsaBody? Did I do the day 5 phone call? What's the date of that? Day 8, did we discuss Facebook? And I'll show it to you guys in the leaders panel. But it doesn't matter like what system you choose, as long as you choose some kind of system to stay organized. And I think that that's really the key. Kelly, how long do you continue to follow up with these people until you think that they have a knack for it?
I'm pretty consistent. I follow up with people pretty much. I mean, once they're through their first month, I file them back at maybe every 2 weeks. Like I'll check in at the end of the month, and then I'll file them back 2 weeks and check in, and then I'll follow up again with them before their next auto ship goes out. And then after that, I just kind of, where I feel like they need me. I have some people that are very independent and don't need me as much. So, I'll file them back a little bit further. But people that I feel like I need, they need the support, who have said that to me, like, oh, I'm so glad you're checking in on me all the time. I'll check on them a little bit more consistently. So
here are the 5 simple touches. So you can check off the date of the starter call, the date of the day 5 phone call, when you introduce them to a coach, and talk about getting 2 friends. Day 8, day 15, day 22, that's when you're basically talking to them about auto ship. So I bumped that up for you guys in the leaders panel. So I want to talk about how to share the 30-second story, because I know that so many of you are new. So I'll do the 30-second product story, or do you want to do the product story and I'll do the business story, or vice versa?
I can do the product story.
Okay, so let's take it away. How do you share your 30-second story? And guys, I would take out a pen, because it's not only important that you practice the formula, but teach it to your team, some of whom are terrified because they don't know what to say. And now in isagenicsbusiness.com, we have something called Say, Share, and Do that gives you the exact verbiage. So what would you say, Kelly?
So there's the 4 bullet points that you want to hit on. The first one is before this program, or before, I typically don't say Isagenics when I'm telling my story. So I say before this program. That's the first bullet point. And then the second one is I was introduced by so-and-so. And then you want to briefly explain your results. My results were, and then the last one is, and I am now, whatever. So my story, oh gosh, my story is always changing, but my story is, when I explain it, sounds something like, before this program, I was an exhausted mom with a new baby and a toddler. I was struggling to lose my pregnancy weight because I had pushed my health back to take care of my kids, which I thought was making me a better mom, but actually was doing quite the opposite. I was introduced to the program by my fit friend, Tammy, who was having great results and had great energy throughout her program, which is something I definitely needed. And as a result, I lost my baby weight and went from size maternity to size 4, which I had never been in before. And I was able to have the energy to play with my kids. I became a better wife and a better mother because of this program. And now I am sharing this program with as many people as I can. And I have retired from teaching after 11 years and making a full-time income, and I'm able to stay home with my 2 girls, and I never miss a moment.
I love it. Is that amazing? Guys, it's super concise. She doesn't sprinkle any BS. The truth is good enough. And that's all this is. And then she shares, her 30-second story. And the other 98% of the conversation, Kelly's asking questions from her clients. So what kinds of questions do you ask someone to see what their goal is?
So in the beginning, I usually say, we offer a variety of solutions. We have weight wellness, we have an energy line, we have an athletic performance line, we have a wealth creation aspect of our program as well. Of those categories, where do you find yourself fitting the most? And then I let them answer. And then I usually ask them, what typically what they're eating during the day. And I get a sense of, where I can, someone says, usually a lot of people say, I don't really eat breakfast. So then I can, when I start talking about the program, I can say, oh, well, you love this because breakfast is so easy. And then I always ask them about how much they're paying for their food, so that when I get to the money part, I can say, well, this is definitely the package I recommend for you. You're spending about $20 a day, so the value pack would be a great fit for you and your budget. So, I just ask them questions where they're basically talking pretty much, the majority of the time, so I can get as much information as I can from them, so that when I start to explain the program that I'm recommending for them, I have all the information and say, oh, well, instead of eating this, you could eat this. Or instead of not skipping breakfast, you'd have a shake, which is, all the nutrients that you need, but you're not missing a meal, and things like that.
Yeah. So here's a pretty great formula for you guys to follow. It's share your 30-second story using the 4 bullet points that Kelly gave. Do you guys have all that? Do you see that in the chat? You can just take a photo of it. Really super simple. I put it in the chat, and we can put it in the group if necessary. But you share your 30-second story using those 4 bullet points. And then she asks 7 questions to dig deep, to dig to the root of the problem. And the reason why she's asking these questions is so that she can have the ability to offer a solution, right? So she's asking them, first of all, I love, Kelly, that you're saying, well, we have many different solutions, such as healthy aging, energy and performance, weight loss, financial opportunity. She's letting them know everything. She's putting it all on the table and then saying, which one sounds like it would suit you the best, right? So basically, what are your goals? Okay, how long have you felt this way? Wow, that must be frustrating. What programs have you tried in the past? What are your daily habits? Are you drinking water? What is your fitness routine? How much are you currently spending on food? And she's asking wonderful questions. How many kids do you have? Do you find that you often don't have time to care for yourself because you're so busy running around with the children? And she's getting to know them. She's asking very valuable questions. I always ask 7 to 10 questions. And if you guys, you can Google Jackson Parr. It's also in our business group, but it's called Jackson Parr Cake Recipe. And you can find it on YouTube or just search our leaders panel. And what Jackson Parr does is he gives a little recipe for his entire team. And his thinking is, look, you don't need to know how to bake a cake, but if I gave you as a network marketing professional a recipe for the questions to ask, for the ability to connect with someone, you would be able to do it. And so he gives this recipe, which is basically exactly what Kelly does. She gets to know them. She opens them up so that she can offer a solution. And then when she's working with her client, she's able to say, well, Joni, remember you told me that you wanted to lose 40 pounds. What's going on? Why did you stop auto ship? You still have some time to go. Having the ability to get to know somebody gives you a way in to really help them and support them. So there's a business story. And I feel that a lot of the time our clients stop their auto ship because of money, and they complain about finances, and they say that Isogenics is very expensive. But a lot of times we're not showing them how to get these groceries for free. And today, corporate shared, if you can just help someone enroll, 2-3 people, they're going to stay on for a year. I mean, the retention increases drastically. My mind blew when I saw those numbers. We have every responsibility to say to people, now, Kelly, I might be barking up the wrong tree, but I am obligated to show you how to get your products paid for. Whether you do this or not, and granted, your first few people I'll certainly help you with, or if you're not interested, I'll certainly take the referral. But I am obligated to show you how to get $450 back. Do you have a pen? Can we jump on a Zoom? I would love to show you how to do this. And I will literally, in the messiest of forms, do something like this. Okay, Kelly, this is you, right? So think of 2 people that you know. And then be quiet, guys. Let them talk. Who are the 2 people that you think would most likely do this? Okay, your sister and your mama. Okay, what's your sister's name, Kelly?
Katie.
Kelly and Katie. Okay, and mama. Okay, so watch this, Kelly. When you sign up Katie, you're going to get $100. Now, when you sign up mama, in the same week, that $100 turns to $200 each. Okay, so that's $200 for mom, $200 for Katie, and then you're going to get an extra $50 for going consultant. Now, I know this is messy and hard to understand, but I would really be doing you an injustice if I did not show you how to get $450 back. Now, check this out. Once you hit that purple box and become an associate and cash in on that money, your clock starts ticking, and now you have 60 days to help your beautiful sister earn the same $450 that you just earned, and you're going to help mom get her products for free and earn the same $450 that you and Katie earned. But because you helped Katie find 2 and you helped mama find 2, the company is going to give you an extra $100. They do that up to 20 times. So this is $200 extra for creating 2 consultants. And because I'm going to help you do this within 60 days, you're going to get another $250 bonus. Katie, Kelly, and mama are going to make $500 back. Is that amazing, Kelly?
It's awesome.
$500 back. So that value pack that you're going to purchase, I mean, it's $600. I don't know any store that you can get seriously your food for the month for $100, plus greens, plus bars, plus energy shots, plus vitamins, plus a $75 off an event ticket. And I want you coming to that next event with me so you can meet the rest of the tribe. Now, does that sound like a great deal?
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Guys, it does not have to be pretty. I have done this on napkins. I have done this in the messiest of circumstances, but it's our job to show. If you show somebody how they can get their mother paid, their sister paid, they're going to get $500 back. I mean, that's a big deal. I think it's a really big deal. So, and they're getting their products for free. So that's my job. It's not your job to judge who has money, who doesn't. I think I even did the math wrong. I think it was more than that. I think it's $650. Yeah, Michael, why didn't you correct me? Don't be nodding your head at me now. Hold on. This is $400 actually. 2, 4, 650, 7. Am I right now, Mike? 200, 400, 450 plus another 250. Am I right? Is someone saying something?
They're saying 900.
900 total.
How? Show me. 250, 650.
Well, you originally get the 450 when you, and then
Yes.
and then the 250 when you become a crystal manager, and then the 100 for each consultant.
That's right. I was just testing you.
I
Okay.
can't do that to my people though, but yeah.
So you're gonna have so you're gonna get $400 for the PIB. You're gonna get $200 for making a consultant. You're gonna get $250 for the crystal manager bonus. You're gonna get $50 for the consultant bonus. Correct?
Yeah.
That's it. $900 back. So now they're getting their pack for free plus $300. See, it doesn't always have to be perfect. It just has to be done. Oh, and definitely a cycle, Phil. If this person is enrolling and that person is enrolling, that's definitely cycles for you. So, I mean, just show people, just help people. That's all it is. You just have to show them. A lot of times we feel that we don't want to tell people the income story because we feel embarrassed. But there's nothing embarrassing about showing people how to get free groceries. So, Kelly, do you have anything to add?
No, but I really like how you said that you're obligated. And I love that word because I feel like it takes it off of you. You know, I feel like it's just, you know, you saying, I share this with everybody. Some people want more to do with it and some people don't, but I really like that word a lot.
Yeah, and that's it. We've got to keep it really simple and really easy. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Look, I mess up sometimes and I've been doing it for 5 years, but it has to be done. And the more you do it over and over, the better you will get. And it doesn't matter if you do it in a cafe on a napkin or, you know, on a whiteboard like this. So tonight's homework is this. I'm going to ask you guys to throw names in a box. Okay, you're going to throw names in a hat. So write all the names of your team players. Break them off. Team captain, do this. Break them off. Put them in a hat, and you're going to pick. So the first one is going to be Kelly. You're going to pick a partner, and you're going to partner people up. Okay, so choose names out of a hat for your team, and each person is going to have one accountability partner. Okay, one accountability partner. And if you have somebody that has more than an odd number, it's fine. It doesn't matter. One person will be doing the calls, the other will be receiving the calls. I'm going to ask all of you to do 2 phone calls. I'm going to ask all of you to do 2 phone calls a day with your partner. I want you to have a business call where you're presenting the business story. It could be somebody who's enrolled, somebody who's not enrolled, and I want you to do a prospect call. And I want you and your partner to do that together. So whoever the name is out of the box, that's the partner that you're going to work with. And I want you to really give your person feedback. First of all, it's going to cause people to work during Blitz. Don't say you're making 2 to 3 calls a day and you're not, because we know who's working and who's not. But what I also like is that you have a friend, a partner who you're going to be able to give constructive criticism to, right? And you can say, oh my God, that was so good. You totally shared the 30-second story, amazing. But what you didn't do is you didn't really ask questions. You didn't dig deep. So do that with your partner. I don't care how you guys do it. Pick a name out of a hat who's going to be doing the calls. Pick a name out of a call, out of the hat who's going to be receiving the call. But I really want you to work together and do 2 phone calls per person per day, 5 days. I don't think doing 10 calls during Blitz is difficult. You can ask your Aunt Shirley if she would be a willing participant to play. I don't care who you do them with, just do it. We're not doing enough activity to get better. You've got to pick up the phone and talk to people if your skill set is going to improve. and some of you guys are better than others, that's your opportunity to help somebody learn by listening to you. This has to be a growth process, but more important, this has to be action. And I would also invite the captains this week to pick a co-captain. Pick somebody who has been stepping up, who has been leading the charge, who you want to give a little bit of autonomy to and say, this week, Vicky, I want you to host the team call. You've really been stepping up. You've really been shining. You've really been kicking ass. I want you to lead this call with me this week. The whole purpose of Blitz is to lift people. So eventually they'll be doing their own team calls. They'll be doing their own Blitz. They'll be doing their own 3 ways, 5 days. We want everyone to become skilled and confident and autonomous. Right? And one day, I hope and pray for all of you guys to be hosting your own events and doing your own calls, your own team calls, and running your own groups. They don't relate to me the way they relate to you. They've come on this journey because you have given them hope and courage. So we're going to do that. So do we have any questions? Or Kelly, do you have any other last minute things that you would like to add?
No, I think you said it. I think you said it well, but I do agree with you. You have to share your story, and Angela always says three times, 3 new people a day, which is a great place to start. And if you get to more, that's great. If you don't get all 3 in one day, that's fine. Just work a little harder the next day. But it's so important to tell your story. I mean, you can post people's transformations on Facebook all day long, but until they hear your story, or they trust you the most. They trust your story. They trust what's happening with you. They don't know the other people that you're posting on Facebook all the time. So really sharing what you're going through is really, really important for your business.
Yeah. And I have to tell you, Kelly, some months are slow, and I never get frustrated with the numbers, and I never get frustrated with the lack of enrollments. I just focus on the activity. I say to myself, just keep doing the do like the other successful people are doing. Just keep doing the do like the leaders say. And if I just keep doing the activity, the results will come. I don't focus on getting the enrollment, or I just do the action steps. And I promise you that if you continue to do the action steps, one day you will get the results. It's like, maybe your dream is to run a marathon, but it's not happening yet. But I promise you, if you just get out there and do the training and do the stretching and do the trying and stop stopping. You're right, Michael. Stop starting and stop stopping. What kind of Spartan would you be if you ran one day and didn't run another? You'd be weak and out of shape, and your muscles would hurt. Just keep doing the activity, the 3, 3, and 3. I mean, I'm going easy by asking you to only do 2. But that's how I built my entire business. What 3 am I going to talk to today? What 3 friends can I make on Facebook? Which 3 can I follow up with? That's it. I just do the action step, and all the goodness will come. A lot of the people that come on, and I think, Kelly, you may agree with this, they're not people that I speak to on the first conversation. They're people that I've been following up with and talking to that have been watching me for a year. Yeah. Alvy Shepard said, do you post on Facebook every day? I said, yes, every single day. Because when I make friends with someone and they're going to go snoop and look at my page, I want them to see that I'm the real deal. I'm not a flake. I'm going to be here every day being positive. And a good coach doesn't mean you have to be perfect. The biggest reason why I've become so successful is because I'm willing to learn from everyone. You have to be a sponge. You're going to have leaders that think they know it all. They're doomed. You have to be a sponge. You have to be willing to say, I don't know shit about shit, but I'm willing to do the do and learn and listen and watch and soak it all in, because there are people that are so much better than me, but I'm going to take away from them. And just be willing to embrace how bad you are now, because if you just put a little into your business every day, you're not going to be bad. You're not going to be bad anymore. I promise you that now, 5 years in, I'm much better than I was. Am I awesome? No. Do I look up to people like Emily Vavra and Susan Sly and Lisa DeMeo, and I learn from them and I hang on their every word? And who knows? I'll be so much more better in 3 years from now. And it's a growth process. Don't get frustrated. How many of you guys have cycled at least one time? Just one time. Guys, that's huge. You're creating passive income. If you can cycle one time, you can cycle 5. If you can cycle 5, you can cycle 10. You have to make that decision. You've got to decide that you're going to take this seriously. I read a beautiful quote by Tony Robbins that said, change either happens from inspiration or desperation. You know, figure out which one is for you, but just do it. I had my back up against the wall. I was desperate to help my family, you know, and I look at my girls every day and I think, am I going to be the kind of person that they're going to be proud of and puts in the work and does the do? Or am I going to be the person that, you know, just said, nah, I'll go to Target today. Maybe I'll work my business tomorrow. I want them to see me in action, making my family proud, growing, you know. So I think that's it. I think that's our call for tonight. Kelly, you did an amazing job.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, guys. We'll post the homework tonight, and I think it's pretty simple. I don't think anyone has any questions about the homework, right? Pick a name out of a hat, partner up. You each do 2 calls. One's listening, one's talking, the other's doing. If you have an odd number, pick twice. Keep it really simple. Today is Monday. We can start, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If you have time, if not, do some on Sunday, but try to get in 10 calls together. And that's basically the homework assignment, is just sharing your business story and sharing your income story. Super important. And don't be afraid to critique one another. That's how people grow. You don't have to do it in a mean way, but certainly please give people feedback so that they grow. If everything they did was perfect and awesome and wonderful and you don't want to hurt their feelings, they're not going to improve. So give feedback to help that person improve. All right, guys, thank you for being on, and we will see you next Monday. And I'm going to recommend an amazing book for you guys that I absolutely love, and I just finished today. So I'll see you in Blitz.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.